Alaskan bush people Amy Brown takes major health turn in ICU. Recently, Amy Brown of Alaskan bush people fame has made headlines when she made a recent trip to the ICU. Since then, members of her family have been keeping fans updated on social media. In a recent post, Bear Brown noted a major health update for his mother. Alaskan bush people's Amy Brown has been placed on a breathing tube. Bear Brown of Alaskan bush people fame recently shared that his mother Amy had been taken to a hospital. After receiving treatment, the Brown family matriarch was at one point given a breathing tube. Many of the other Brown siblings kept fans posted on Amy's condition. At one point, she appeared to wake up from a medically induced stasis and appeared to be recovering. However, as previously reported, Amy soon had to return to the ICU. Since then, Bear Brown has shared a major update with fans on Instagram. In a video, Bear shared, "Hey, major mom update. So I just got word that mom is doing better still. They've been able to lower the oxygen flow that she needs. They said that she still has pneumonia, but that they are getting the liquid out of her lungs slowly, and that they're going to put her out of the ICU. But they're waiting for an available bed, so she's technically still in the ICU. But she's not needing to be in the ICU right now." Bear Brown has touched on the support fans have been giving the family, which is totally awesome, guys. Totally awesome. So mom is so strong. So everything is looking good. She's healing up nicely. They do want to hold her for a week. It looks like just to make sure that everything sticks and that she is good. Bear also touched on how fans were concerned about what's been happening. He noted, "I wanted to keep you guys updated 'cause I know a lot of you guys are worried. Just as worried as we have been, and I really appreciate it. Guys, thank you very much for always having my family's back and for following us for so long through all these years." Bear concluded things, saying, "I really appreciate it. Everything is looking good. I will keep you guys posted as I know more. Thank you very much, and God bless. Your mom is such a strong lady, and I'm so proud of you, how you've grown into this wonderful man who supports the wolf pack. Your dad, Billy, has to be so proud of you, too. Keep us updated, brother, and stay strong. This is an improvement. That's good. Your mama has been through so much, which is such a shame as she's a lovely woman. I hope she's fighting fit very soon. Thank you for being here. I love your family, and having the opportunity to watch you kids grow up was a joy. God bless you all, and your beautiful, resilient mother." The chilling Alaskan air bit sharply as the Brown family gathered outside the hospital, their breath visible in the frigid night. Snowflakes drifted silently through the dim glow of the streetlights, an eerie contrast to the chaos unfolding inside the intensive care unit. Amy Brown, the heart of the Alaskan bush people clan, lay in the sterile hospital bed, her frail form barely rising and falling beneath the stark white sheets. The beeping monitors punctuated the heavy silence, each sound a reminder of the battle she faced. Billy Brown's absence was deeply felt. Since his passing, Amy had become the family's rock, the one who held everything together in the face of adversity. But now she was the one fighting, and the weight of uncertainty pressed upon her children like an unforgiving Alaskan storm. Bear paced the hospital hallway, his wild mane of hair disheveled, his face marked with worry. The normally free-spirited and high-energy Brown son was visibly shaken, his hands clenched into tight fists. Rain, ever the logical and spiritual force of the family, had her hands clasped together in silent prayer, her lips murmuring words only she could hear. Cabe, Noah, Bam, Snowbird, and the rest of the siblings were gathered in hushed whispers, exchanging looks of concern and heartbreak. The news had come suddenly. Amy, who had battled cancer years before, had been doing well, or so they thought. But in the unforgiving wild, symptoms can be easy to overlook. When she collapsed at home, struggling to breathe, there had been no time to hesitate. The family, who prided themselves on living off the grid, had to turn to the very civilization they so often tried to escape. They called for help, and she was airlifted to a hospital, miles away from their homestead. Doctors worked tirelessly, running test after test, their faces carefully neutral as they delivered updates to the worried family. "She's in critical condition," one physician had finally said, their voice measured but heavy with meaning. "We're doing everything we can." For a family used to battling the elements, this was a fight they couldn't prepare for with survival skills or bushcraft knowledge. They couldn't chop wood, hunt game, or rely on their resilience against nature. This was a battle fought with medicine, hope, and time. And time was a merciless opponent. Gabe sat by his mother's bedside, his large hands engulfing her delicate fingers. "You're the strongest woman I know, Ma," he whispered. His voice was rough, thick with emotion. "You've beaten worse. You can fight this." Amy's eyelids fluttered, her usually vibrant blue eyes dull with exhaustion. She tried to squeeze his hand, but the motion was weak. Still, it was enough. Enough to remind them that she was still fighting, that she was still there. The hospital staff came in waves, nurses adjusting tubes and IVs, doctors checking vitals, whispering in medical jargon the Browns struggled to decipher. But one thing was clear. Emma wasn't out of the woods yet. Her body was weak, battling an infection that had spread quickly, an insidious enemy they hadn't seen coming. The doctors had called it a major health turn, an ominous phrase that sent shivers down the spines of her children. The days passed in a blur of sterile hospital walls, uncomfortable chairs, and sleepless nights. The Brown children took turns at her bedside, refusing to leave her alone for even a moment. The outside world faded away. There was no talk of their show, no talk of their homestead. Only Amy mattered now. Rain sat beside her mother one evening, her fingers brushing a stray wisp of silver hair from Amy's forehead. "You taught me that nature heals," she whispered. "You always said that the wilderness had its own way of making things right. But here, we need doctors, medicine, things we've never trusted before." She swallowed hard. "But I trust them now because I can't lose you." Amy's lips parted slightly, a ghost of a smile forming. "You won't," she murmured, her voice barely audible. But it was enough to ignite a fragile hope in Rain's heart. Outside the hospital, snow blanketed the city, the Alaskan wilderness a stark reminder of the life they had built together, the life Amy had fought for. And even in the sterile walls of the ICU, even with machines beeping around her, she was still Amy Brown. Mother, survivor, fighter. As the days stretched on, her vitals began to stabilize. The infection, though severe, had been caught in time. The doctors, at last, had more hopeful news. "She's not out of the woods yet," one doctor warned. "But she's improving." Relief swept through the Brown family like a thawing spring after a brutal winter. Bear let out a breath he hadn't realized he was holding, and Snowbird wiped away silent tears. For the first time in days, a sense of hope filled the air. As Amy drifted in and out of sleep, she dreamed of the wild, the towering pines, the rushing rivers, the crisp, untamed air. She saw Billy's face in the flickering light of a campfire, his voice a whisper on the wind. "Keep fighting, Amy," it said. "The wilderness is waiting for you." And fight she would.